Welcome back everyone, I'm Will, and as always I'm here with Anna. Today we're diving into something that every marketer, entrepreneur, and creator talks about, but very few people truly understand, and that's the customer journey. Now, when people hear the term customer journey, they usually imagine a simple funnel. Someone sees your content, clicks a link, maybe signs up for something, and eventually buys your product. But the reality is much more complicated. People interact with brands across multiple platforms, sometimes for weeks or even months, before they make a decision. And recently, something fascinating has been happening. AI is changing how companies understand and design these journeys. So Anna, let me start with a big question. When we talk about AI-powered customer journeys, what does that actually mean in practical terms?
That's a great starting point. The simplest way to think about an AI-powered customer journey is this. Instead of forcing every potential customer to follow the same path, AI helps create personalized paths for different people based on their behavior, interests, and readiness to buy. Traditional marketing funnels were linear. For example, ad, landing page, email, sale. But today, customer behavior is unpredictable. Someone might discover your brand through a YouTube video, then follow you on Instagram, then read a blog post 2 weeks later, and only after that join your email list. AI helps track these behaviors and understand patterns across thousands or millions of users. Then it adjusts messaging, content, and timing accordingly. In other words, instead of asking, "How do we push people through a funnel?" AI asks, "Where is this person in their decision-making process, and what do they need next?"
That's really interesting because I think many businesses still operate with a very rigid model. They build one funnel, write one email sequence, and expect it to work for everyone. From your perspective, what are the biggest mistakes companies make when designing customer journeys today?
There are 3 very common mistakes. The first mistake is assuming all customers behave the same way. For example, imagine 2 people discover your brand. One person is already actively searching for a solution. They might be ready to buy within 24 hours. The other person is simply exploring. They're curious, but not ready to spend money yet. If you send both people the exact same aggressive sales message, you risk losing the second person entirely. AI solves this problem by analyzing behavior signals like time spent on content, repeat visits, email engagement, social media interactions. Those signals help determine intent level. The second mistake companies make is focusing only on acquisition, not the entire life cycle. Most businesses obsess over getting new customers, but they ignore what happens after the first purchase. That's where the real value lies. And the third mistake is not using data effectively. Companies collect massive amounts of data, but they don't translate it into meaningful decisions. That's exactly where AI becomes powerful.
That resonates with something I've seen in marketing teams. They often have analytics dashboards full of numbers, but nobody really knows what to do with them. So AI basically acts like an interpreter between the data and the strategy.
Exactly. AI finds patterns humans simply can't see at scale.
Let's go deeper into that. How does AI actually understand customer behavior? What kind of signals is it analyzing?
AI analyzes a combination of behavioral data and contextual signals. For example, tools like HubSpot track things like which pages someone visits, how long they stay, whether they return later, which emails they open, which links they click. AI then groups users into behavioral segments. For instance, explorers, people consuming educational content but not engaging with sales pages. Evaluators, users comparing products, reading reviews, or visiting pricing pages. Buyers, people repeatedly visiting checkout pages or demo pages. Each group needs a different type of communication.
That's fascinating because when you think about it, it's almost like AI becomes a behavioral psychologist for your audience.
That's actually a great way to describe it. Instead of treating marketing as broadcasting messages, AI treats it as understanding human decision-making patterns.
Let's talk about tools, because listeners always ask the same question. What tools should I actually use? If someone wanted to start building an AI-powered customer journey today, where would they start?
A practical starting stack might include 3 types of tools. 1. AI content and messaging. Tools like OpenAI's platform, commonly accessed through ChatGPT, help marketers generate personalized email sequences, landing page copy, dynamic messaging for different audience segments. For example, you can ask AI to write different email versions for new subscribers, returning visitors, existing customers. Each version speaks to a different mindset. 2. Behavior tracking. Tools like Hotjar show how people interact with your website. You can literally see where people scroll, where they click, where they get confused. AI then highlights patterns such as where users drop off. 3. Automation platforms. Tools like ActiveCampaign automate customer journeys. For example, if someone downloads a guide, they receive educational emails. If they visit the pricing page, they receive a case study. If they buy, they receive onboarding content. Everything happens automatically.
So essentially, the system becomes a living ecosystem instead of a static funnel.
Exactly. And that's the future of marketing.
Now, let's talk about real-world examples because that's where things become clearer. Can you walk us through a scenario where AI dramatically improved a customer journey?
Sure. A SaaS company noticed that many users signed up for a free trial but never activated the product. Instead of sending generic reminder emails, they used AI to analyze behavior patterns. The system discovered that users who watched a short onboarding video were 3 times more likely to activate their accounts. So they redesigned the journey. Now the first email after sign-up includes the onboarding video. Result: activation rates increased significantly.
That's a great example because the solution wasn't send more emails. It was send the right content at the right time.
Exactly.
Looking ahead, where do you see AI-powered customer journeys going in the next 5 years?
I think we'll see 3 big shifts. First, journeys will become fully predictive. AI will anticipate what customers need before they ask. Second, personalization will become hyper-contextual. Messages will adapt not only to behavior but also to time of day, device type, user preferences. And third, marketing will feel less like marketing and more like helpful guidance. The best brands will feel like trusted advisors rather than sales machines.
That's a powerful note to end on. If there's one thing listeners should take away from this episode, it's that customer journeys are no longer static funnels. They're dynamic systems powered by behavior, data, and intelligent automation. And AI isn't replacing marketers. It's giving them better insight into human decision-making.
Exactly. The brands that succeed will be the ones who use AI to serve their audience better, not just sell more aggressively.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone building a business or brand online.
And next time we're going even deeper into AI-powered audience growth strategies.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.